Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Altman. The next witness is Luisa Esposito of West Hempstead, New York.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Luisa Esposito, and I believe these serious matters that are being brought forth by the public are of urgent importance, and it begs for your immediate attention and involvement in your honorable pursuit to defend and promote justice. On or about July 8, 2005 and September 16, 2005, Attorney Alan H. Isaac, while representing me on an auto accident case, sexually assaulted me by putting his hand inside my bra and grabbing my nipple and all. On September 16th, Isaac locked me in his office and wanted me to try clothing on in front of him. He used extortion and coercion to try to get me to fillet him, and after hanging up on a phone call, Isaac came from behind and grabbed both of my breasts. While leaving his office, he grabbed my buttocks. This was witnessed by two people. On October 7th, 2005, I was wired by a private investigator, and hence an approximate 1 hour, 49-minute audio-video DVD tape was produced with Isaac admitting to his crimes. I reported these crimes along with irrefutable evidence and witnesses to the New York County District Attorney's Office Sex Crimes Unit, Manhattan Special Victims Unit, the New York State Attorney General's Office, and other various investigatory agencies, including the First Departmental Disciplinary Committee, in hopes of a resolution towards justice. But instead I was further victimized and treated as if I were the criminal. All of my pleas were either dismissed or ignored. As a result of these flagrant abuses, I presently have a case pending in front of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, Luisa C. Esposito versus the State of New York et al., 084879 CV, as well as several others which had been marked related to Christine Anderson versus the State of New York et al., 07 CIV 9599 SAS. These cases involve shocking allegations regarding systemic corruption within the New York State Ethics Committee. I believe my complaints to the ethics panel against my former attorney Alan Isaac, docket number 2005-3074, are being whitewashed, ignored, and mishandled. The very same practices that are very similar to several others. The First Departmental Disciplinary Committee, DDC. The level of malice and corruption at the First Departmental Disciplinary Committee cannot be overstated. On or about October 2005, I filed a grievance complaint at the DDC pertaining to these serious allegations against my former attorney, Alan Isaac. The complaint regarded sexual abuse, extortion, coercion, and corrupt influence on judges. When my complaint was forwarded for prosecution approximately 2 years later, Ms. Naomi Goldstein was the attorney selected by the DDC to prosecute this case. Docket number 2005-3074. On or about April 2007, the hearings began against Mr. Isaac, who was represented by Michael Ross and Richard Godowski. I asked the court and Ms. Goldstein if I could have my attorney present during the proceedings, and Ms. Goldstein and the court told me I wasn't allowed to have my attorney present during the hearings. This was clearly an abuse of my violation of my rights. It soon became obvious that Ms. Goldstein was not representing my interests, but rather protecting my assailant, Mr. Isaac, by the most fraudulent and despicable means. For example, Ms. Goldstein presented altered and redacted evidence to the court. Instead of the original transcript of the AV audio-video DVD tape and evidence that I had given her, this evidence is an approximate 1 hour, 49-minute audio-video tape that records Mr. Isaac explicitly demanding oral sex from me in return for his legal services, admitting to his sexually assaulting me and boasting that he could command favors from various judges. The committee and Ms. Goldstein used a transcription of a copy of the videotape that Herbert Wakeman of Parker & Wakeman submitted to the committee. The court would not allow my original certified copy, tape, and transcript into evidence. The version of the DVD transcript Ms. Goldstein presented was heavily altered and redacted and omitted the critical sections most damning to Mr. Isaac. Ms. Goldstein cherry-picked what she wanted to submit into evidence. Another example, when Ms. Goldstein asked me to testify under oath to my certified copy, of the AV tape's accuracy. She then handed it back to me and did not submit it into evidence. Instead, Ms. Goldstein submitted the copy of the tape that Mr. Wakeman submitted to the committee back in 2006. Ms. Goldstein did not allow me to listen to Mr. Wakeman's copy of the tape with the court, as promised, but instead the court listened to it in front of the attorneys without my presence. When I tried to address these serious and unethical and flawed matters to various individuals within the committee and outside of the committee, my pleas were immediately dismissed and ignored. Therefore, as a result of their unethical practices, I became very ill and could no longer continue to attend the hearings as a witness and complainant. I will quote a part of the audio-video DVD tape where Isaac is heard boasting about a case that was in front of the First Department Appellate Division and how he had influence on that appeal regarding the $200 million Fen case. Quote, yesterday, I was in the appellate court, First Department, not the Second Department. The Second Department is tougher than the First Department. I was in the First Department. There were 16 cases on my case. I'm sorry. There were 16 cases, and my case was the last. I wasn't arguing it, but the client wanted me there because some of the judges on the panel are very close to me. So I wanted them, the appellate judges, to know that I'm really interested in that case. This is all bullshit politics. And they saw me, so I wanted them to know that I'm really interested in that case. That case, you know, is worth $200 million, not this. To whom and where do you report this kind of outrage on the citizens of New York? Wherefore, I bring this before the Senate Judiciary Committee and pray that you have the courage to bring these people to justice before they do irreparable harm to our society's perception of the courts.
Ms. Esposito, the question I have is, do you still have a pending case before the...
My case is still open and pending 4 years later. I'd also like to mention that when I reported the New York County District Attorney, Lisa Friel, to the First Department Disciplinary Committee, within 10 days that complaint was dismissed.
What complaint was dismissed?
The ADA, Lisa Friel. I had filed a complaint.
A criminal complaint?
No, a complaint against her regarding, well, I mean, if it's criminal, I really don't know.
No, you filed a complaint. I'm just trying to understand. You filed a complaint against who?
I filed a complaint against the ADA at the New York County District Attorney's Office.
Oh, the ADA in
the New York County District Attorney's Office. I filed a complaint against ADA Lisa Friel, and that complaint, when I filed it at the First Departmental Disciplinary Committee, was immediately dismissed within 10 days.
Okay.
And then I refiled again. I haven't heard back from anybody. I've written letters to Alan Freeberg. I've written letters to Thomas Cahill. I've written letters, and
we'll since the parties are still here, we'll follow up with that, Ms. Esposito.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to take a 5-minute. We'll give everybody a 5-minute break. We'll resume in about 10 minutes because I just have to run somewhere in 10 minutes, and we'll resume the session again. So just take a 10-minute break, walk around, get rid of all your anxieties. We're going to try to get through this today. Thank you very much.